out today. We've got Joe Wrights helping us out, doing the play-by-play.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks, John. Thanks to Caleb Ridenauer and Billy Osterhaus on the camera here. It's just a first for me being live, broadcasting a game live. I'm used to talking in the press box at home, announcing what's going on in the game to the crowd.
That's live too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we joke because when we're at home games, we can hear you talking, and you might say, 1st and 8, and we're like, I said 7, So we're always kind of going back and forth. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have the national anthem here. All right, we are ready to get started. Kind of an eerie little smoke over the field from when NC lit off some smoke to come into the game. I'm sure that will go away really quickly as soon as a bunch of guys run through it and chase it away. But again, huge game for both teams. Both teams coming into this undefeated. Both teams, for the most part, dominated about every game either team has played. This game is for Big 7 League championship and the last Big 7 League championship.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of bragging rights, district championship, and we'll do a lot to settle where and who gets the more home games and who plays where going through the playoffs.
And there's a good chance, regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, these two teams could very likely meet again in the playoffs. I haven't looked at any potential seeding yet, but last year they met each other in the sub-state game, which Nemaha Central won, going on to win state. Real good chance we'll see the Bluejays again down the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, from what I could tell on the seeding, if they meet again, it will be in sub-state. The question is, if that happens, the winner of this game will get to host that sub-state game if both teams are able to make it to that point. So this game has even that on the line as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's a lot on the line here, not to mention the cross-county bragging rights, the decades-long rivalries. We've got some gentlemen up here in the press box with us from Sabetha, close in age to me, talking about the rivalry back 30-plus years ago when we were playing it. It's a long tenured rivalry and will continue to be so. Sabetha's won the toss. They've elected to defer their decision to the second half. Nemaha Central has, of course, elected to then receive, and they will defend the south end zone. And as John said, we've got an eerie haze over the field from the entry smoke bombs. It's a beautiful evening here in western Nemaha County. The sun's setting, the glare in our eyes is gone, and we are super ready for this game. In the press box, and I'm sure they're even more ready on the field.
Yeah, it's hard to go the whole season, and, even if you've ever played football or been involved at all, they teach you from the beginning, one game at a time. But all of us, and at least the fans and us here in the booth, we've always just looked at this game like I mean, that's going to be a good game when it comes. Not trying to look too far ahead, but all kind of been waiting on this game, and finally we're here.
Yeah, and you're right. It is tough not to look ahead. Coach Glatzik, one tradition he has started is he invites a guest pregame speaker to every game for the Thunder players to listen to, and I was honored to be that person last week. And I talked about exactly that with the team, which was, Riley County's looking to knock off the defending state champions. They know that you're thinking about next week. They know that you're possibly ripe for an upset, and you cannot be looking past Riley County to this game here tonight. And, of course, that first half last week was a little tough, but the Thunder kicked it in gear in the second half, and they were able to come out with another shutout. We've got 6 shutouts in a row going, I think.
Yeah, one touchdown against the Thunder this season. That was week 1.
Right, from Holton. So we will see if that streak can continue tonight. Sabetha's put a lot of points on the teams they've played, just like we have.
That's where it makes this game so tough, is because both teams have looked so good against their opponents. And so we really don't know what to expect for either team.
Yeah.
Both teams have really good defensive and very explosive offenses. So, we believe it's going to be a very close game. We also believe it could come down to mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone makes a mistake, the other team can capitalize on that mistake, and that could be the difference here today.
So it's like we've got Cooper Kramer for the Thunder's back deep to receive to begin the game. Also back there with him, number 25, Dalton Rottinghouse. As the Blue Jays prepare to kick off, looks like Cody Mitchell, number 19, looks like the kicker for the Blue Jays. And John's exactly right. We've talked about what's everybody's prediction going into this game on the ride over, and I really think it's going to boil down to whoever makes the fewest number of mistakes will come out tonight with the W. Dalton Rottinghouse with the reception comes up the near side of the field and moves a little more towards the middle. Nice return to about the Thunder 33-yard line.
Yeah, nice return by Rottinghouse. You can see when he caught that ball, it takes a lot of patience to just wait a few minutes, let the blocking develop, and then take off and run. And I say it over and over again, as a running back or someone running the ball, your first thought is just want to go, and you got to be a little patient and let the play develop.
Yeah, and he's matured nicely through this season doing that on punt returns as well. Tonight, the other thing we're going to see is a major battle in the trenches. We've got the Grimm brothers from Sabetha. We've got Holden Bass, and who's the anchor of our offensive line as Hike sets up to take the snap. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight, and, of course, he gets the first carry for the Thunder. Carries it near side here. He'll bring up second down. Looks like he gains probably 4. Second and about 6 for the Thunder. Hike, one of the offensive stat leaders in the state in all classes. We expect to see a lot of touches from him tonight.
Yeah, and I talk to people not belong to the organization, and they will say, "Is it true that your quarterback is a sophomore?" And yeah, he is a sophomore.
He's gonna run a lot more than he throws. Runs it again. Maybe a yard on that play. Yep, going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Thunder. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here. They have not shown a lot of passing offense yet this year. Relied a lot on the feet of Carter Hike.
Yeah, and a lot of teams, the Thunder, they're just going to play some hard football. They're going to run up the middle on you, and they're going to make you stop them. Until you can do that, they're going to keep doing it.
Maybe a pass here, probably run-pass option. He's going to run it. And it looks like Carter Hike is going to get to where he needs to be for the first down for the Thunder. So 1st and 10 for the Thunder, still on their own side of the field, approaching the Blue Jay side of the field. Football spot at the 45-yard line. We'll see a lot of that where Carter will kind of hesitate. It's not likely he's probably going to throw a lot, but he will hesitate. Do a little run-pass option, but the vast majority of the time he's going to keep it.
Yeah, and he does a really good job of those fake handoffs as well. You can tell they practice that a lot because they're so good at it.
Caleb Strothman coming out in motion. They're going to give him a toss in the flat. He stopped very close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, Strothman, he was open, but good job by the defense coming up quick when he made that catch and not letting them gain any yards on it.
Yeah, and always a dangerous pass thrown in the flat like that, especially when they've got cornerbacks and linebackers taking a quick read.
Absolutely, you got to throw it quick to keep the ball safe.
We will at times. We'll see some jet sweeps with Caleb Strothman. We'll see sometimes Carter Ridinghouse. We'll see. Another little bit, maybe a misread. Carter's going to go forward.
Yeah, looks like maybe a little bit of a misread there, but kept the ball and got a couple on it. Looks like.
Yep, 3rd and 8. Football's inching forward.
Yeah, I talk about that every week. I mean, you don't got to get a lot of yards on every carry, but if you can get 3 or 4 each time, that's really all you need to keep the ball moving, keep those first downs coming. But here, 3rd and long, you saw them go to the air once so far with not a lot of success. So
no, we have not done well throwing the ball deep this year. The Thunder have not. We'll see what we do here. They do once in a while throw across the middle. They are going to go right in the middle there, and wow! So Hike's pass was intended for Carter Ridinghouse. Very tight, close coverage.
Yeah, he did
by the Blue Jay defender.
Great job of bringing that ball down, and no flags on the play. So you got I guess a good job by the defense.
Yeah, back judge had a better view than we did.
Absolutely.
So 4th down. Looks like the Thunder are going to punt. Josh Gonzalez. Doing the bulk of the punt. We haven't seen a lot of Thunder punts this season.
No, this might be they probably had less than 5 or 6 all season long.
Yeah. He punted really well in pregame, and he's sending the Blue Jay back. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback, so it will put the Blue Jays at their own 20, a 1st and 10 for their first drive of the night.
Way that ball had a little backspin. I thought maybe he was going to land it there about the 5-yard line, but it was able to roll on in the end zone.
Yeah, nice deep punt, and maybe you don't expect the touchback in that case, and especially as much as we punt, but better to not give them that option of the return.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue Jays with the ball with 8 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter.
So they've got Marcus Bauman at quarterback, number 14, and they're going to break loose for a first down on their first play from scrimmage. Number 23, Colin Minold with the carry. Coming right at the Thunder from the get-go. Probably not far from breaking that loose. It looked
like it was very close. I think we were fortunate to get a hold of an ankle there and bring him down.
Not the case this time.
Nope.
Smothered almost 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like. That interior defensive line. It's like Josh Gonzalez and Abram Kime leading the effort there. On the bookends, we've got Holden Bass and Carter Sudbeck.
Yeah, great job by the defensive line there. Just closed that one down quick with a loss of 2 on the play.
You know, we talked about mistakes earlier. It's going to boil down to mistakes, and I think who wins this game in the trenches. You look at the offensive and defensive lines of both of these teams. It's a good, heavy, highly skilled matchup. Sabetha picks up a few yards back there. So, 3rd and 7 for the Blue Jays here. We'll see if they continue the run game or may try to put something in the air.
Sabetha's got us up in their press box. We're at the top level, and it's a beautiful facility. But the way we have things set up, we've got Caleb kind of in the corner. He can't see the time clock, so we're going to be rattling off some times a little more than we normally do.
He's working a little bit blind tonight. There we go. Good stop on the run. About a yard gain. We'll see what the Blue Jays do faced with 4th and about 6. Got some personnel coming in, which would make you think they're probably going to punt.
Yeah, I would say early in the game like this, I'm thinking both teams are going to probably keep punting the ball. I was talking to the coach, one of the coaches of Centralia, and he said that played a team last week and made a mistake not to punt in a position like this, and they really penalized them for it.
Yeah, another good punt on the night. Carter Ridinghouse backs up with the catch. Moving on the far side of the field up near the goal line. He's going to get out right around near the 32-yard line for the Thunder, it looks like. Well, they'll start their second drive of the night.
Yeah, nice high punt there, but punts like that just make them a little bit easier to give them the defense some time to catch up. But he had some a little bit of running room before he met any defenders on that one.
Yeah, I'll give Ridinghouse credit. Earlier in the season, he was letting a lot of balls roll that I thought he should have grabbed on the run, and it's good to see that discipline and that improvement.
I 100% agree with that.
So we'll see if Hike and company can get things rolling on this drive. Hike up the middle, which we will continue to see a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna keep going after in the middle.
You know, Riley County last week in the first half did a nice job of shutting us down. They came hard from the outside corners and really forced us to go up the middle. And they prepared for us well, and I think fortunately our coaches did a nice job at halftime making adjustments and then overpowering Riley County as well in the second half. We were really able to move that ball a lot better in the second half last week. And I'm sure both of these teams tonight have come very well prepared for each other and their strengths and their schemes. Looks like second and about 7 for the Thunder. Hike to the right side this time with some block from Cooper Kramer there. Takes on a couple tacklers. It's going to take the Thunder about to their own 40-yard line, maybe 40-and-a-half-yard line.
Yeah, the Thunder had 3 receivers on this side of the field, and when he swung around on that sweep, he had 3 blockers already ahead of him, so it really gave him a good start with some good blocking by the line and by some receivers that got him his first 3 or 4 yards without even hitting a defender.
Yeah, that's good because Hike is athletic enough. If he's got to confront a defender or two, he's going to wiggle out of those a fair amount.
Absolutely.
So, 3rd and about 1.5 here under center. This Hike, he's going to run to the left side. He's got the first down. Pushes across into Blue Jay territory. We'll see where he spots, maybe just a fraction across the 50. So it is a first down for the Thunder, and we are in Blue Jay territory.
What a well-designed play there. He just kind of spun around, went one direction, and then twisted and had a nice open hole and was able to just hit it right up the middle and get a really nice carry.
Yeah, and another thing you'll see with him is he'll drag players. He's not a big kid, but he can move well, and he will drag players with him.
I wonder where he learned that from.
Yeah. Yeah, older brother was pretty good at that.
Yeah, his brother was as good at dragging players as anybody you ever met.
Hike with the carry again. Looks like about a 3-yard gain. Pushing just a little farther into Blue Jay territory.
3 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter here. Still a scoreless game. Beautiful night, really. I can see the flags not moving at all, so no breeze and just a beautiful evening for football.
Oh, Hike throws a lateral pass. It's over to Caleb Strothman. He's breaking free, and he's got one to beat, and he gets ankle grabbed down inside the 20.
What a nice run. He was able to go down that sideline, had some blockers ahead of him, and I thought he was going to break that loose, but he was able, it was number 18, was able to bring him down.
The Hike again, he's going to maybe get down. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get out of that one. Tackled for a loss in the backfield. Yeah, getting back to Caleb Strothman, he's done a nice job this season filling in for some injuries with the loss of a couple seniors. to knee injuries, and he's athletic. He's got speed. He's got room to grow definitely and get stronger. But he's done well. He catches a lot of those laterals like that. Does well running after the catch. We'll see if the Thunder can get these yards back here on second down. It's like second and about 15. Backed up outside of their own red zone, or outside of the Blue Jays' red zone. Looks like Strothman's going to get the carry this time around the left side. He's gaining that yardage back plus some. We just talked about the athleticism of Strothman, and you just saw it there with that play.
Yeah, and such a good job with the blocking. He had blockers ahead of him. Makes those first 5 or 6 yards real easy with great blocking by the Thunder.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 is better than 3rd and 12.
A lot better third down for sure for the Thunder, but still really big third down on the 10-yard line.
Again, we'll see what happens in the trenches here. This time, a little bit of an option read from Hike to Strothman. We're going to bring up 4th and 2. So definitely 4th down territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do have the ability to kick field goals.
This is in their range. I would say this is in their field goal range.
With Rico Teresi.
They're bringing Teresi onto the field, so we'll see if they're going to kick this.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to set up an offensive play. Ridinghouse and Aiden Brocksherman wide to the right. Kind of the power formation, and Hike's going to push forward, and he looks to have it.
Let's see where they spot it, but it does look like it's going to be
they're spotting it 1st and goal.
It is going to be first down, so huge first down there for the Thunder.
Yeah. Good push up the middle. They brought in Daniel Childress, who's recently switched his number, to get him in the backfield, create some beef and some push. Hike again. And he's going to get in the north end zone.
Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a Thunder touchdown. The Thunder are the first on the board tonight, as usual, behind the legs of Carter Hike.
With just 20 seconds left here in the first quarter, the Thunder score first, setting up for the extra point.
Aiden Brocksherman to hold. We've got Rico Teresi with the kicking position. And that is also good. Teresi's a foreign exchange student from Italy, soccer player. I think this is probably his first time playing American football.
Yeah, from my understanding, this wasn't necessarily what he wanted to do. He's a basketball player, but I think that's his skill set. He was convinced on playing football, and we're glad he's on the team for sure. First, I think in practice, he was kicking some really long field goals. You put him in a game situation, things are way different.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, he was just getting kind of his bearings together on how that all worked. But here lately, he's been I don't think he's missed an extra point in a few games now. So he's been almost automatic here in the last few weeks.
And on top of that, he wasn't eligible for, I think, at least the first 2 weeks of the season, or 3 weeks.
3 weeks, right? Yeah, first 3 weeks of the season.
And the Thunder have spread out the kicking duties, more so on kickoffs now, but we have had at least 4 different players that have kicked extra points.
So I'm sure today is going to be one of those games, and you're not going to see me checking scores from other games around the league, because this is the game of the league for sure.
Yeah, Levi Thomas's kick goes on the far side, nearly out of bounds, but picked up near the 20 by Sabetha.
Nice job by Sabetha scooping that up. I didn't think he was going to go for it. I thought he was going to let it lay dead, and he scooped it up and got a 10-yard gain there.
Yeah, that was Marcus Bauman, I believe, with the return. He's starting at quarterback tonight.
We apologize in advance. Beautiful press box. It's a little dark for us, and both of us don't see as well as we used to. So if it takes us a while to get some of these names, we're squinting because it's a little dark up here.
There we go. in the backfield. That's 76, Abe Hilbert.
Awesome job. Able to wrap him up before that play even started.
Stops Chase Fry for a loss of 3. And again, it's going to come down to who wins this game in the trenches. These linemen, these players, they're very familiar with each other. These kids, a lot of them hang out of school on the weekends. They've wrestled each other. They've played each other in basketball.
That is the end of the first quarter. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back. Thanks for watching Thunder Football.
Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
All right, welcome back. Ready to start the second quarter of football. We all expected it was going to be a close game. Looks like they're doing some games there on the some kind of relay. Looks like a horse race.
Yes, the broomstick horses.
Yeah, it's anytime these two teams play, they always put something like this together, so it is a lot of fun. I'm going to go through a few. So Mike, obviously most people that I polled on this game today are Thunder fans. So Mike has it 17-13. Caleb is 21-14. I called the game 24-21. Jeremy Stahlbomber, we had to hear from Jeremy Stahlbomber. He says 20-16. Joe is 21-7. I never got a chance to get Billy O's. Billy, what do you think the score is going to be? Put him on the spot. He doesn't know what to say. We'll come back. You can't come back like at the second half and come with the score. That doesn't count. These are all before the game started, I was asking.
21-14 from Superfan Billy O.
Yeah, 21-14 was Billy O.
So Sabetha's second in about 13 here to start the second half. They're under center. They're going to throw the ball. It's picked. Carter Hike with the pick. He's got a lot of green on that right side, and he's fast. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen, if he can fight that tackle off, and he's run out of bounds, drug down just a little bit late. Definitely a fan reaction over there to that late drag down. But we said it was going to boil down to mistakes, and there's mistake number one right there.
Yeah, great job. He was in perfect position with blockers ahead of him. Great job by the defense, kind of switching gears, getting him some blocks, and getting a lot of – I thought maybe he doesn't get the opportunity to run open field very often, but when he does, he is fast, and he gets up, he gets going. He is hard to catch.
Yeah, he was not on the receiver that was targeted for the pass. He's kind of floating in the middle. I doubt their quarterback even saw him.
Yeah,
their receiver on this near side by us. I thought that's where they were going to go.
Yeah,
he was getting open.
Yeah, go. He did a great job of kind of staying back and waiting for that play to develop and then jumping right in there.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Thunder from the Blue Jay 14-yard line. We'll see what Hike and company can get accomplished on this drive. So the option read there again to Strothman, and with Hike keeping it up the middle. You got to like those 5- and 6-yard gains on first down.
Absolutely. And like we said, it's going to come down to who's going to capitalize on the mistakes. So there was an interception. Now we've got to capitalize on that mistake. They've got to get points out of this turnover.
And anything you can do to take the swag out of the step of your opponent, especially in a game like this. We saw it last week with Riley County. They hung with us for a half. They were very confident going in the locker room. They came out, made a couple mistakes we capitalized on, and the heads were hanging and the shoulders were down in a hurry. Yeah, no gain this time by Hike, smothered up by two Blue Jay players.
Yeah, Hike had it right up the middle, and a good job by the Sabetha defense. Looks like maybe even a loss of a yard on that one.
Yep, looks like 3rd and 6. So teams are absolutely going to key in on Hike. I mean, he's the bread and butter of our offense.
Yeah, what amazes me sometimes is that even up here, we know that Hike's going to get that ball.
Exactly.
And they still can't stop him. Like in some plays, like we know who's going to run the ball. 4th and 1, we know who's getting that ball, and so do they. And he's still able to get that yard and more.
And, of course, we credit Hike, but you got to credit that offensive line of ours. A timeout taken by the Thunder.
Thunder's going to take a timeout, and we will as well. Be back shortly.
Every day, hardworking people wake up early and open their doors to the people in their community. They provide more than just goods and services. They create relationships. Small business is alive and well, making life in our communities possible. You know what it means to support, to be part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here. TFI Family Services, Souther Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Farm Bureau Insurance, Community National Bank, Ag Partners. Thank you to all of the sponsors who make this possible, allow us to come and broadcast these games to you. And you guys can't see, but the track and the sidelines are packed, both sides. Huge turnout, and we knew it was going to be this kind of game, this beautiful weather.
Typical Sabetha Nemaha Central. You know, going back to the old days with Nemaha Valley, I remember playing and having the sidelines just crowded. Hike's going to look a little option read, goes left, then back right, makes a couple guys miss. Gets about 3 on the play, it looks like, 3 or 4. It's going to bring up 4th and 2 or 3. Well, not the best spot.
Yeah.
A long 3. So we'll see. Definitely, you know, do we want to, Coach Glatzik want to get a field goal early? I mean, everyone likes the let's go for it. Let's get 6 and add 1 on and get 7.
But like we said before, they really need to capitalize on that mistake, and so this game is going to come down to those kind of plays, and they're going for it. Same.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to throw here.
Yeah, same formation as last play.
Yeah, we haven't seen that. We are going to throw. It batted down. It was intended for Nordis. Ball's tipped by a Blue Jay defender. So the Thunder are not able to capitalize on that mistake.
Great job by the Blue Jays there. It does give the Blue Jays a lot of field ahead of them on this series. We're going to start at the 6-yard line or so, 7-yard line.
Well, in their first drive, they were very close. And I think it might have been the first play of the game, very close to breaking one loose.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to have happen here in this situation after the disappointment of not scoring. They're going to throw their we read it well, see if we can get up and make a tackle. So they throw one in the flat, and we're able to let them only have about maybe a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, a couple yards.
You know, so far a penalty-free game.
Yeah, penalty-free, and neither team really going to the air much. A lot of staying on the ground on both sides of the ball.
Both these teams very well coached, most recently, of course, and through the years. Well-coached, well-disciplined teams. They're going to go left side again. It's like they're going to get a first down out of that run.
Well, let's see. It's going to be really close to where the side judge is spotting it. Yep, and they're giving them the first down.
Chase Fry with the carry for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and when you talk about both of these programs, it starts in junior high, and you know they got great coaching in junior high. Coaches those kids up as they get to high school and through their senior year. It makes both programs so solid.
So there's a draw up the middle on a pass look. Most of the defense reads that pass play. Carter Ridinghouse, I believe, is the defensive player on the right side that's able to make that stop for the Thunder.
Yeah, nice job by Ridinghouse staying put and making that open field tackle. Because if he didn't make that tackle, it was going the distance for sure.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to bootleg out to the right, possibly run, possibly pass, but laid that quick draw down. Carter's about the only guy not moving to the left, able to make that play. Second and about 7. Another run up the middle. Hard-fought yard or two. It's like about a 2-yard gain.
So this is going to be a big third down for Sabetha.
Yeah, probably not 4-down territory unless it's fourth and very short after this play.
I would guess you're right there. Based on where they're at on the field, I would guess if they don't get this, they're going to be punting it away.
I'd be interested to see if they do throw again. They had opportunities to get open based on this formation. I'd say probably not. Because it's going to go to the left side. The ball is carried by Nate Menold.
Yeah, but
he's going to have a first down. You know, one thing you don't want to do after that turnover and not scoring and having them very, very deep in their own territories is let them put together a sustained drive. That ends in success.
Yeah,
for them.
Absolutely.
It's a game of emotion. It's a game of momentum.
Yeah, and I think if you've never played the game, it's hard to understand that, but it really is.
Again, on the ground, that's stopped for a loss this time by the Thunder defense. Holden Bass in on that stop. He's been an integral part of both the offense and the defense this year. Seems like he's been here forever. He's started as a freshman.
Yeah, that's true.
He was on that 2019 state championship team as a freshman. Going to go on to bigger and better things next year, of course, but great asset to this team. Tight coverage again, not quite able to jump, and Caleb Stroughton with the pass is complete. Kyler Winger with that catch, very well. Looks like it's gonna be a first down. No, I'm incorrect. They didn't spot it where I thought they were going to spot it. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Sabetha is moving the ball on this drive well. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half.
Going to go to the left side. Between the guard and the tackle with not much gain. About a yard.
It's going to be close. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a first down. If the lines are straight, they're going to take an official's timeout and measure it, it looks like.
It's going to be very close. I'd like to go through some of the other sponsors here. SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, S&S Automotive and Towing, Nemaha Valley Motors, and St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church.
Yeah, they've got it. It's the length of a football good. Yeah, the Thunder need to make a stand here.
They do, absolutely. Sabetha's getting more confidence every play here, every first down. Just moving the ball, eating up time, and moving the ball across the field.
Going to continue that run game. There is a penalty flag now on the field finally.
First one of the game. Based on where it's at, I'm guessing you're going to see a holding call.
That would be my guess. And that is holding against the Bluejays. They'll put him back 10 yards from the spot of that foul.
And besides that interception, it's really been a very clean football game. No penalties. First penalty of the half with just 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the half. It's the first penalty. So both teams playing, and like I said, 7 games in the season, both teams have really got kind of their bearings together. They're playing well together, and you see that you see less and less penalties as the games go on, and here it shows that a lot.
Yeah, Thunder defense gets a break. We'll see if they can come up. It's coming up. Good. Way to come up. Read that by Aiden Brocksterman. Makes the diving stop.
Yeah, nice job by Brocksterman. He gets credit for that tackle, even though he really didn't lay a hand on him, but he did the job and broke up that play. He had to kind of jump step over him and tripped him up, and he fell to the ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of green if he doesn't do that.
Absolutely. Blockers ahead of him. And
So 2nd and 20, it looks like is where we're at this point. I'm guessing Sabetha's probably going to put one in the air here real soon, and here it is. Another little flare pass in the backfield. Missing a few tackles, finally brought down by Carter Sudbeck. Nice gain back to near the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice game by the Blue Jays, but that puts them 3rd and 10, so.
We just about had him in the backfield.
Just about.
Just a short pass, almost a lateral right in the backfield. Good run after catch, made a couple Thunder defenders miss.
Big 3rd down here for the Blue Jays.
And they're going to run again to the left side. Gain of a couple.
What's going to happen now that they're closer to halfway across the field? You could see it go either way. You could see him potentially punting it, which it looks like maybe that's what they're going to do. You could also see him go for it.
Yeah, and I'd be awake, be coherent here.
Absolutely, because they're very much 317. They're very much able to get something tricky kind of out of this setup.
You don't always know, as quickly as a punt team runs in, sometimes they have that play called early in the game if they get a certain situation. But they do punt it. It's a deep, long, spiraling kick. Dropped initially by Ridinghouse, picks it up and runs to our near side here and puts on a stiff arm, but is unable to fend off the 2 Blue Jay tacklers.
Yeah, great kick by the Blue Jays and a great job defending it. We had that ball was kind of a line drive, so we had a lot of time to get underneath it, but the Blue Jays were just right on top of him. Then as soon as he turned it up to go, and there's 6 Blue Jay guys standing in front of you, that it's just going to be hard fought to get any yards out of that.
Yeah, and he's running in the wrong direction to catch it, so he's got
absolutely.
to turn around,
he starts
run the other direction
with no momentum. So,
but to bobble it, hold on to it, and make the play. So we've got a long drive in front of us here as well. Starting from the Thunder 15-yard line, with 3 guys out wide on the far side of the field. We'll see if any of them are involved in a touch here. It's a pitch to Cooper Kramer on the right side, and the 3 wide were definitely there to provide some blocks. Nice gain by Cooper Kramer.
Nice, great gain there. And with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half, the time could start to become a concern here. There is a lot of time on the field, but the way this Blue Jays defense has been playing, and the Thunder have been staying on the ground, that's going to eat up the time very quickly.
Yeah, the Thunder definitely need to focus on getting first downs, keeping the ball in their possession, and at a minimum, owning the ball at half, if not scoring. The hike again, he's pretty much stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and here we are already 3rd down.
3rd and almost 2.
And I think all of us are thinking the same thing. You're going to see him go right up the middle here. They've had good success with that, and that has a lot to say with that offensive line, just pushing and making a hole. And
see, Daniel Childress comes in.
Yeah.
Number 34 there. He switched numbers a couple games ago to give him some opportunities in the backfield. He likes to lead the way. Looks like we're going to get a flag on the Thunder side of the ball here. Dead ball foul, likely a illegal formation or false start.
False start.
So 3rd and 2 becomes 3rd and 7. And what you certainly want to try not to do here is give the Blue Jays an opportunity yet in the first half to have the football.
Yeah, the Thunder, at this point, you're thinking they got only a couple minutes left to move down the field. Now they've got 1 minute and 27 seconds left not to give the ball back to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I mean, with facing a 3rd and 7 on their own 18-yard line.
They're going to take every second they possibly can before they hike this ball.
And I think, too, you probably keep it on the ground here. If you don't get the first down, punt it away. Don't take a chance with that pick 6. They give a pass look there, but Hike does run. Nice gain up the middle, fights his way forward as he's known for doing.
So we have 59 seconds left. the Thunder 4th and 1 on the 25-yard line, and they're.
Yeah, Sabetha's they've called a timeout.
But then they've got an injured player on the field.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was going to be an official's timeout first, but they did
too.
signal the Blue Jays.
So we are going to take a timeout here as well, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. The best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
I think.
All right, welcome back. We're kind of debating up here whether or not you're going to see a timeout for Sabetha or if they're going to give you a timeout for an injured player on the field. And it may not make a huge difference here with just 59 seconds left in the half, but if the Blue Jays get the ball back, that timeout could be priceless.
And surely we punt here, don't you think, John?
I really do.
We just can't. The Thunder can't afford the Blue Jays the opportunity to go in.
Yes,
with
first
that kind
down
of momentum
would be awesome here, but the alternative would be way worse.
Yeah,
turning the ball over on the 15-yard line.
Definitely a risk-reward decision.
Absolutely. And you see the Thunder do. They've done some. They haven't had to do a ton of them, but they have a couple little trick plays in the book. But up by 7 on a team like this, I don't think you risk it here.
Well, I don't see Gonzalez back. Oh, there he is.
He is.
54. So likely a punt. Again, no wind tonight. Very different from last Friday night.
Yeah.
We had a strong north wind. Both teams battled going into it. Oh, my gosh, that's not good. Let's see if we can get that off. He does get that off unbelievably. It takes the Thunder bounce. Bobbled that.
Yeah.
That could have been a disaster for the Thunder.
We've talked about this from before this game has started. This is going to be a game of mistakes, and that was a mistake. He was able, I cannot believe, I thought he was going to run it because he had defenders right on top of him, but somehow he's able to muster up a pretty decent kick, getting Sabetha back on their own 45-yard line. So
yeah, by far the best outcome of a potentially terrible situation there.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely. In 48 seconds left, Sabetha is going to have to move the ball quickly here.
2, maybe 3 timeouts left. We're not quite sure yet. And there's a pass to 43. Harper Schmelzley with that pass, another timeout. This one obviously taken by the Blue Jays. So they've got 1 or 2 left, depending on.
Yeah, what they just. And again, like I said before, it's going to play all of a sudden. Whether or not that was actually a timeout, it's going to. 38 seconds left. That's going to make a difference.
I did just hear their announcer say that was their second.
They did
called timeout.
Okay, so
I assume he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So that will leave Sabetha with 1 more timeout.
The house announcer always knows what they're talking about.
If he has
every situation.
If he has good spotters and good timekeepers, absolutely.
Yeah, as many games as we call at home, and even whatever I say that it happened. When Joe says it, then I know I was wrong.
Well, I've got to give credit to my spotters.
He's got a good team
Jason
of guys that help
and
him
Jack
too.
Wilmoth, our timekeeper John Thomas and Curtis Tackenhorse on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we talk about a team of guys on the field, and they stay together, and it makes it for an efficient football team. But same way with you guys up there in the booth. I mean, a team of guys who knows what they're doing, makes it really efficient, and makes things go smooth and flawless.
Yeah, being able to have somebody new come in and not screw things up too bad, that's a sign of a good team also, right?
Absolutely.
Sabetha back in the shotgun formation. There's a dead ball penalty. Likely that'll be against the Blue Jays, and it looks like it's a false start.
This is not a place that Sabetha wants to start getting some penalties like that.
Yeah, second and about 7. No time should have come off the clock. That was a dead ball foul. They've still got the distance of the field, 48 yards to go for a touchdown. We just got a signal for an official's timeout as well. Speaking of having a new guy in the booth, I just want to take a moment and thank Mike Stahlbaumer for all that he does. He's done this for years. He does great. He's a staple of our community and giving everyone that wants to watch Thunder football and other Thunder activities a chance to watch it. This crew of Billy Osterhaus and John Howard and Caleb Ridenauer. And
I didn't want to do this at all. I had no desire. And over about 3 whiskeys in, somehow he talked me into coming up here, and then that's been 3 years now. So
surely not 3 whiskeys in the booth.
No. 3 whiskeys at the bar, and next thing I know, the next week I'm in the booth helping him.
Well, believe it or not, I was in the bar when Mike asked me to fill in a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? Is that how he got you too?
And I don't go there. I don't go there that often, but it's an honor to be here. Thanks again, Mike and crew, for the opportunity. So second and about 7, again in the shotgun. They're going to throw deep to the near side here. For a little bit of hand fighting. I don't know about that. I know there's some hand fighting going both direction there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it looked like it looked pretty clean to me. Look, a couple guys just kind of battling it out, but.
Well, now we're walking back the other direction, so I think it may be offensive. No, they're stepping it off for Sabetha. I mean, to me that's.
Oh, it's a block in the back, is what they're calling it.
Oh no! Did you give this signal?
Yes, he
did.
Pass
interference.
Oh, pass interference.
Yeah, this would be blocking the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
see. Look at this pro here.
Well,
usually Mike just says, "Yeah, okay, John," even though he knows I'm wrong. That's all right. I like being wrong.
You didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to disagree with you.
No, you're fine. Perfect. So
yeah, definitely not a call that I would have made, but I'm not an official. I'm just here talking. So first down for the Blue Jays at the Thunder 38-yard line. They're going to be content with passing here. We're pressuring the quarterback. Great defense by Caleb Strothman. Comes in with perfect timing to knock that ball loose. That ball's on the money, caught on the run. That's a great play. Caleb comes from behind, swats that play down.
Yeah, with 28 seconds left on the clock, they've got to connect here. 1 timeout left, and
second and 10. We're likely to continue to see the pass. Maybe throw a draw in here with that last timeout, but. We're definitely pressured again by Gonzalez. He's got the sack for loss by Josh Gonzalez. That's definitely going to force the Sabetha timeout.
Yeah, huge play there by the Thunder.
He was close on that last play.
Yeah, and
Very
he was able
close.
to sneak out of it and get but that's a great job by the defensive backs too, covering up their men. There was nobody to throw the ball to, so he's got to come out of that pocket, and Gonzalez was on his heels and wrapped him up for a huge sack. A huge sack because it was a giant loss there, and as far as the momentum in the game with just 22 seconds left in the half, huge for the Thunder.
Yeah, you forced them to use that last time out. If they do get a chance to get out of bounds and get set up for a field goal, that's going to be very difficult. They really need to, and sometimes you see this in the college and NFL. They get a play like this, they'll be conservative, maybe run a draw just to get the clock run out, not take that chance of a pick six. I don't think we're going to see that tonight with this rivalry.
I agree.
In these two teams.
You could see even someone take a knee in a position like this just to say, all right, let's reset it. Let's come back at half and see what we can do. But I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see Sabetha go to the air here.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a little more of a nickel package here with our defensive backs. Not let anything deep. Don't let anybody behind you. Don't give them a chance to get out of bounds. With 22 seconds left here. It's third and about 26, I think, if my math is right. We've got another false start against the Blue Jays. You talk about momentum as well. things like this don't help with momentum if you're on the receiving end of a big loss on a play.
But you can see that a lot of emotion right here. They understand the importance of these last few downs on this half. And so, I could see where guys can be jumpy and makes it really tough to stay put. And
we'll see. I have a feeling they may air it out here, maybe run the clock out. No, he's going to run a quarterback draw. Yeah, wrapped up by Daniel Childress at the nose guard position with some help from Abram Kime.
The timeout left. Let's see if they're going to let the clock run down, looks like.
Yeah, Sabetha should be out of timeouts.
Oh, they did? Okay, you're right. They are out of timeout. So that's going to end the half, it looks like.
So, definitely chances for momentum swings both ways. The Thunder go in with momentum, the score, the stop. We'll see how both teams do after halftime.
Sabetha gets the ball back starting in the second half. But, a lot of back and forth, but everything we expected in today's game. I mean, this is kind of how we thought it was going to go. And both teams, I'm sure, are going to make some changes at half, and excited to see what the second half brings. We're going to run some of the sponsor commercials, and we'll be back with a little bit of recap of the first half and get us started with the second half. Thanks for joining us.
Do you want to be part of something big where you play a role in not only your day-to-day tasks, but also in the communities that you serve? Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We have more than 25 locations across Northeast Kansas, Southeast Nebraska, and Northwest Missouri, and offer career opportunities in all areas of our core divisions of grain, energy, and agronomy. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. To us, investing in our people and operations means everyone can do their best work safely while assisting in our mission of helping our patrons achieve value and growth. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success with opportunities for individual growth, come join our team.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark.
Germantown, Mavericks,
Mary Run.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community, the fan base, and just the support and encouragement that you get from your family and your friends is great.
The hardest thing about cheer for me is tumbling, because I'm actually a dancer outside of school, and so the tumbling dynamics versus the dance dynamics was totally opposite.
I feel like choir has given me just such great memories. We are always just, singing with our harmonies or with other people, and it's just so cool. It's so fun.
One of my favorite memories from cross country this past year was when my team made it to state. At the race, everyone picked up their games, and when the 5th guy crossed and he made it, everyone was just so excited and outbursts, couldn't control their feelings.
By playing basketball, I learned that I can almost do anything I want. If I set my mind to it, I can achieve my goals if I have a plan.
A great reason to get yourself involved in sports and activities is to meet new people and create new relationships, experience new things, and do stuff that you've never done before.
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is passion.
Friendships,
Pride.
My reason why is to keep going.
My name is Rich Vernon. I've been the sheriff for Nemaha County since 2006. I've actually been employed by the Nemaha County Sheriff's Office back since 1990. That puts me in my 30th year of law enforcement here in Nemaha County. Now, I grew up in this county. I'm a lifelong resident. I've lived in this county. I grew up in the 80s. There was a lot of alcohol consumption back then. I know a lot of parents look at it like we did it when we were kids, so why can't our kids do it? If you, as a parent, or your children actually allow people to come into your homes or on your lands and drink or consume alcohol or even possess it, then you could be held liable for this law. This law carries penalties up to a $1,000 fine, and it is a Class A misdemeanor, which can actually include jail time. I can tell you, after doing this for 30 years and spending those years pulling young men and young women out of ditches lifeless, that has changed my attitude towards alcohol and towards its consumption of minors greatly. And I hope and pray that anything you can do to keep that from happening in the future, you will do, and try to keep our young children alive. Thank you.
In Nemaha County, I'm Jared Snyder, one of the family physicians at Seneca Family Practice. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a study by the state of Kansas that comes out about every year surveying our young kids in the community, ages 12 through 18. Would you be surprised to know 25% of our kids that responded between ages 12 and 18 responded saying that they had drank alcohol in the 30 days prior to the survey. And when you take into consideration and break that down, that's 4% of 6th graders, 12% of 8th graders, 34% of sophomores, and 48% of our high school seniors reporting alcohol use in the month leading up to the survey. And that's an upward trend, a year-over-year upward trend, and approaching double the state averages. Some will say kids will be kids, or if they're going to drink, they may as well do it at my house so I can have oversight. And frankly, those arguments are getting people hurt. It's leading to medical problems, addiction, and lifelong habits. We really do need to change the culture of alcohol in our community. 21 is 21 for a reason. I would just urge the community members to say, let's save some lives. The change starts at home.
Do you want to be part of something big where you play a role in not only your day-to-day tasks, but also in the communities that you serve? Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We have more than 25 locations across Northeast Kansas, Southeast Nebraska, and Northwest Missouri, and offer career opportunities in all areas of our core divisions of grain, energy, and agronomy. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. To us, investing in our people and operations means everyone can do their best work safely while assisting in our mission of helping our patrons achieve value and growth. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success with opportunities for individual growth, come join our team.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
Germantown, Mavericks.
Mary Run.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community, the fan base, and just the support and encouragement that you get from your family and your friends is great.
The hardest thing about cheer for me is tumbling, because I'm actually a dancer outside of school, and so the tumbling dynamics versus the dance dynamics was totally opposite.
I feel like choir has given me just such great memories. We are always just, singing with our harmonies or with other people, and it's just so cool. It's so fun.
One of my favorite memories from cross country this past year was when my team made it to state. At the race, everyone picked up their games, and when the 5th guy crossed and he made it, everyone was just so excited and outbursts, couldn't control their feelings.
By playing basketball, I learned that I can almost do anything I want. If I set my mind to it, I can achieve my goals if I have a plan.
A great reason to get yourself involved in sports and activities is to meet new people and create new relationships, experience new things, and do stuff that you've never done before.
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is passion.
Friendships.
Pride.
My reason why is to keep going.
My name is Rich Vernon. I've been the sheriff for Nemaha County since 2006. I've actually been employed by the Nemaha County Sheriff's Office back since 1990. That puts me in my 30th year of law enforcement here in Nemaha County. Now, I grew up in this county. I'm a lifelong resident. I've lived in this county. I grew up in the 80s. There was a lot of alcohol consumption back then. I know a lot of parents look at it like we did it when we were kids, so why can't our kids do it? If you, as a parent, or your children actually allow people to come into your homes or on your lands and drink or consume alcohol or even possess it, then you can be held liable for this law. This law carries penalties up to a $1,000 fine, and it is a Class A misdemeanor, which can actually include jail time. I can tell you, after doing this for 30 years and spending those years pulling young men and young women out of ditches lifeless, that has changed my attitude towards alcohol and towards its consumption of minors greatly. And I hope and pray that anything you can do to keep that from happening in the future, you will do, and try to keep our young children alive. Thank you.
In Nemaha County, I'm Jared Snyder, one of the family physicians at Seneca Family Practice. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a study by the state of Kansas that comes out about every year surveying our young kids in the community, ages 12 through 18. Would you be surprised to know 25% of our kids that responded between ages 12 and 18 responded saying that they had drank alcohol in the 30 days prior to the survey. And when you take into consideration and break that down, that's 4% of 6th graders, 12% of 8th graders, 34% of sophomores, and 48% of our high school seniors reporting alcohol use in the month leading up to the survey. And that's an upward trend, a year-over-year upward trend, and approaching double the state averages. Some will say kids will be kids, or if they're going to drink, they may as well do it at my house so I can have oversight. And frankly, those arguments are getting people hurt. It's leading to medical problems, addiction, and lifelong habits. We really do need to change the culture of alcohol in our community. 21 is 21 for a reason. I would just urge the community members to say, let's save some lives. The change starts at home.
All right, welcome back. Ready, just a minute and a half left here, but we'll get ready to start with the second half. I always am excited to see what the teams do at the halftime and what changes they make. And it really does show on the football field. But with two teams of this caliber and the coaching staff is so good on both these teams, they're both going to make some huge changes at half. They will. And it's just really, it makes you wonder how that's going to relate to second half of football.
Yeah, Sabetha's going to receive the football to start this half. They ended the half with the ball as well. Weren't able to capitalize on our punt, near devastating block that we would have received and potentially given Sabetha the ball on their end of the field. They were not able to capitalize on that last couple minutes of having the football. The Blue Jays weren't. So they'll get a stab at it here to start the second half. And like John said, we'll see what adjustments might be made.
Yeah, and it's 7-0 anybody's game right now. It's been a defensive battle, kind of like we expected. A few mistakes, especially at the end there. Sabetha had some penalties, but in Nemaha Central had their fair share of penalties. I'm literally not even close to as good at this as Mike is because I start watching the game, I don't pay attention. But what I have 91 yards of offense for the Thunder and 46 yards of offense for Sabetha. Sabetha 15 yards in penalties, and the Thunder with 20 yards in penalties. A couple big sacks with some negative yards that took away some yards for Sabetha.
Josh Gonzalez and Daniel Childress, both with big tackles for loss.
Huge plays there right at the end of the half, which helped us get into that 7-0 halftime score.
Yeah, Levi Thomas set to kick for the Thunder. Marcus Bauman and Coleman Old back. High kick. Looks like Bauman's going to receive it. Nice stop by, I believe. Oh, Abram Kime, number 56, with the stop.
Yeah, they had some blockers ahead of them. I thought maybe they were going to make a little bit of a run there, but Abram Kime was able to kind of wiggle his way through the blockers and make a nice tackle.
He's had a lot of big stops on that kickoff coverage team this year, starting on both sides of the ball. Not real common maybe to be on a kick coverage team, but he's there for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays starting from their own 30. Bauman's still at quarterback for the Blue Jays. Ends in tight, going to run up the middle, and there's nobody until he meets Carter Hike. Don't usually want your safety making tackles, but in that case it paid off. Coleman Old with the carry. Josh Gonzalez in on that tackle too, along with Carter Hike.
Yes, Sabetha coming off strong there with the first play in the second half.
Out of the huddle quickly as well. Again, a tight formation, two in the backfield. Run this time just to the right side, and another good gain for the Blue Jays, getting through that line of scrimmage quickly. Again, battle of the trenches. We're going to see who can win that battle, and Sabetha comes out with some aggression, and so far.
Yeah, here we are 2 plays into the second half, and Sabetha's already nearly at midfield. The Thunder have got to
need that interior line, those linebackers to get up close, make that stop quicker. A little better that time. Still about a 3-4 yard gain, really. Bring up 2nd and 6. Sabetha's coming out of the huddle quickly. They're snapping the ball quickly. They're coming out a lot sharper than they went in for halftime. Yeah, 2nd and 6 for the Blue Jays. A little play action pass here to the near side. Bauman passes to Nate Minold. Cooper Kramer with the stop for the Thunder.
Sabetha had McAfee there, but he had his man beat. I thought maybe they were going to go deep, and I don't know if he didn't see him or saw this pass up closer a lot sooner.
Well, they have success with that run up the middle that allows them to set up that play action with they
Absolutely.
ran. Going to be awfully close to a first down here with another run up the middle. The officials are going to take a timeout and take a close look. And they're going to take an even closer look now with the chains. Gave it a quick eyeball, but decided the chains needed to come out.
It is going to be close, that's for sure. Yeah, and so far here in this second half, the Blue Jays are coming out strong on the offense. The Thunder defense have got to buckle down and make a stop here on third. We hope.
Yeah, when they can get 5 or 6 quick yards on a first down right up the middle, that it makes it tougher for the defense. That's going to be about a foot short.
Yeah, here on and you got to think this is fourth down territory for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and I see the down marker. Yeah, it's fourth down on both places. So 4th and 1 for the Blue Jays. It's time to get in tight here. We're likely to see something up the middle. There it is. And initial signal looks like he's probably got it. Still going to be close. It's really going to come down to where they spot it. He
just about got him for a loss there, but
had a good lunge forward.
Yeah, I think they're going.
I think he's got it.
Me too. I think they're going to remeasure it again.
Yep, another timeout for a measurement.
Huge implications on this fourth down.
And if those lines are square with the world and where we're sitting, I'd say it's probably a first down.
I don't know. It looks short to me now.
But we will see. I'm not going to put any money on it.
If I do, I know I'd be wrong. So.
But now that I see where the chain's at, that's short. That's definitely short. Wow, huge stop for the Thunder.
Yeah, big stop there.
Huge stop. I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah, me too. I think we all are on this side for sure. But big stop there. So come out with that momentum. They have a lot of success running up the middle, and the Thunder bend but don't break. Yeah, absolutely. Caleb thought maybe that Sabetha would have a challenge flag, but they'd be looking at our footage for the replay. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be working out real well for him.
So we'll see if the Thunder can capitalize on that turnover on downs and put some more offense together. 3 wide to the right, Cooper Kramer to the right of Hike, and they're going to go right with Hike. Looks like the potential for an option, but Kramer comes up and puts a nice block down. Looks like it's going to be an option, the traditional option, but instead of hanging back waiting for that potential pitch, Cooper Kramer comes ahead of Hike and lays a nice block to give him that extra yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets a gain of 8 there. So now Nemaha Central coming out strong here with the first play in the second half.
So 1 wide right this time. We got Daniel Childress up at kind of a wing back position, what we called in the old days, and Hike turns and runs to his left. Another nice gain for a first down. He's got probably about another 8 yards on that carry. 1st and 10 again for the Thunder. Again, we talked about momentum. If they can take this turnover on downs.
Yeah, and the momentum starts with that big stop on 4th down and continues here with this offensive series.
The Thunder also getting out of the huddle very quickly, running their play quickly. Hike goes under center. Back to Carter Rottinghouse on the pitch, who goes around the right side. He's got a gain of at least 5, maybe 6. Nice execution again with the blocking schemes by the Thunder. It's like definitely a long 5 there.
Well, yeah.
2nd and a long 4.
That's how it looks like. We'll just call it 4.5 yards.
I haven't seen a traditional pitch and a sweep out of the backfield like that in a while. That looked like some 1980s Steve Lizzle football at Nemaha Valley. We got 2 wideouts on each side of the ball. Carter's going to go up the middle. Nice spin move. Going to be near the first down, probably a little bit short based on the line judge's placement.
Yeah, good job of the hole he was headed for. Looked like it was plugged, and kind of nice little spin move. Able to get a few extra yards on that.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 here. Not quite the spot I thought it was. We got 2 guys wide right. This time we'll see if they go wide left. Going to keep it tight everywhere else. Power formation. 2 guys up ahead of Hike. Definitely a nice forward progress.
For sure.
Searching for the right term there.
Yeah, you got it. And in the first down. So, like I said, we can – up here in the booth, we're not making any of those plays, and we all knew what was going to happen there. I mean, we have so much success going up the middle like that, especially when we just need a couple yards, and they did it there again.
Yeah, you take the 2 backs, put them up in front of Hike, behind the guards. Quick block by them, and he's quickly through them. So here we see Caleb Strothman again with that option read, and he's going to run this time to the left side.
Yeah, but a good job by the Sabetha defense there.
Yep. So 2-yard gain by Strothman. Defended well by the Blue Jays. 2nd and 8. Football sits about at the Blue Jay 29-yard line. Carter Ridinghouse very wide right, along with Caleb Strothman and Aiden Brockstrom. Cooper Kramer to the right of Hike. Pitch to Kramer. He's got a lot of green. We got 1 guy to make miss. Nice blocking there on the right side by those wide receivers, giving Kramer a lot of room to run, and he lowers the shoulder and pushes his tackler back another 2 or 3 yards for some extra gain. Nice run by Kramer.
Yeah, they put that receiver way there on the sideline and really kind of stretch out that defense. And
same formation here again, except the backs are up. We're going to see Hike up the middle again, believe it or not. And he's able to, he's got such strong lower body. He gets his hips low and he just can drive forward. Great for getting those extra yards. So first down for the Thunder.
Yeah, and that's, nothing huge here, but just moving the chains, and that's what we need.
Blue Jay defenders starting to get some hands on the hips. That's always a good sign if you're the offense.
I see that now, yeah.
It's going to be a little bit long, but he's got it. That's the flare pass to Caleb Strothman. He's in the south end zone, and that's another Thunder touchdown. Beautifully executed by Hike and Strothman.
Yeah, and a huge block here by Brockstrom.
Yes.
That made all that happen. A big block let him open that up for that touchdown. So,
and we spread it out a lot as we've talked about here on this drive, and we rarely are going to throw anything deep, but we still spread that defense out and then throw out in that flag and give it to the athletic Caleb Strothman, and he's in for the touchdown. Rico Teresi in with the extra point kick, and it's good. The Thunder are up 14-0, come back with a very strong drive following the turnover on downs.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back.
Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
All right, welcome back. I want to go through a few more of the sponsors. First, Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca. I'm careful with these because I boogered them up the last couple times really bad. So, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, Shelter Insurance, Rainbow Communication, Sailor Insurance, Elk State Bank, United Methodist Church, and Water Conditioning of Seneca. Thank you for all our sponsors.
Freshman Levi Thomas with the kickoff for the Thunder. This one received by Colin Mennel by the Blue Jays. And again, fast up the middle, but stop made. Let's see. I get a number here. It's 56 again. The stop made by Abram Kime on the kickoff. First and 10 for the Blue Jays. They're going to start this time from their own 32.5-yard line.
It seems like you see Holden Bass on an offensive play all over the place. But when you see the Abram Kime is everywhere when it comes to those kickoffs. He's all over.
Well, he's a wrestler. He's athletic. He plays a lot bigger than he is. There was a penalty flag on that play, and they're walking the Blue Jays back. I was not looking at a white hat signal, but likely a hold or a block in the back.
He did this.
Chop block. Yep. Yeah, John's acting out the signals here, so that helped me.
If you could only see what I was just doing.
So 1st and 10, backed up. Another run for the Blue Jays to the left side, to the tackle. Yard gain. We'll see if this Thunder defense can stay strong, force a punt here. So with the penalty, the Blue Jays were backed up to the 15-yard line now with their 16 with 2nd and 9. Their quarterback under center. He's going back to pass. A lot of and is that a legal pass?
Well,
I don't know about that. He was wrapped up. So Holden Bass has the quarterback wrapped up. He's able to get the ball loose to the Blue Jays number 42.
I couldn't tell if that was an actual throw or if he just kind of flung out of his arms when he was going to the ground.
It looked like a throw to me. Awfully close to being in the grass. Of course, we don't have instant replay here, but Holden Bass very, very close to having a quarterback sack.
And Sabetha ended up with a first down out of that play.
Yeah, Bauman's able to get the ball loose to their fullback. At first I thought maybe that was a lineman. Another good first down run by the Blue Jays, this time by Aiden Lang. Close to a 6-yard gain will make it 2nd and 4. So the Blue Jays with a lucky break or good thinking there, a combination of both.
Maybe a little bit of both there.
Yeah, quite risky, but it worked. Gets him out of a jam.
Absolutely.
So oh my goodness, there's Holden Bass this time. Keeps hold of the ball carrier. Big loss on a running play to one of the running backs.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like to me that Holden Bass just misses one of those, and he gets so motivated the next play to he's not getting away from me this time.
Yeah.
And there he is for a big tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and he's tough to defend. I mean, he's a big frame. He's athletic. He's
you
fast.
see him double teamed most of the game.
He's playing both sides of the ball. Another pass, a little bit. Abe Hilbert with pursuit. Now Carter Sudbeck. They end up throwing the ball away out of bounds. A nice pressure applied.
Flag on the field right at the end of the play, right at the line of scrimmage.
My guess would be a hold. Illegal receiver downfield, I believe, is that signal.
I'm not acting that one out.
Which would make sense, the way that play was strung out.
Absolutely,
so pursued aggressively by Holden Bass and Carter Sudbeck before he threw it away on the far side.
I did not realize the officials had to have so much coordination because it looked like he was rubbing his belly and patting his head at the same time.
Yeah, mainly the head pat.
Yeah.
So forces a 4th and 10. Another good stand by the Thunder defense. They're able to get through some adversity there. Carter Ridinghouse back to receive. Sam Norris with a little pressure on the punter and then a fair catch by Carter. Not a bad decision. I'll give the Thunder the football right about their own 26-yard line, close to the 27-yard line to start their next drive.
Yeah, I think that was really smart football, seeing the Sabetha kickoff team right on, or the punt team right on top of him, calling a fair catch, and ready to play another down. Because
there's early in the season, Carter let a lot of those bounce and roll, and he stood strong there, made the fair catch. Signal made the catch, and we've got about as good a position as we could get out of a very nice punt from Sabetha.
2:46 left in the third quarter.
2 wide receivers on either side, and guess what? Up the middle with Carter Hike, and he's out. He's loose on the right side. He's tough to stop out in the wide open.
We'll see where they spot that, but
looks like it's going to be about the 49.
He's able to spin that out, and great job by the offensive. They had a running back there ahead of him. He kind of changed his direction and realized that he was changing where he was going to make that block, and kicked him out, and was able to get. From here, it looked like maybe he had a few more yards, but it's hard to see where he may have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, and, we've got a Blue Jay player getting the cramp stretch out.
Yeah,
it looks like.
This point of the game, you start to kind of see that sometimes.
But Hike, you see him, he hits that middle. It's kind of like he hit a brick wall, bounce back, and all right away he's out on the right side, and it's pedal to the metal.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's another one that he plays such smart football and does such a good job of waiting for his blockers. A guy like that knows that you're going to get nowhere unless their blockers are ahead of you. But when he gets an open field and turns it up, he can go.
And there's a lot of white jerseys downfield with him, and that's something that's been a staple of this offense the last 5-6 years for sure.
And that shows a lot to coaching. Every time that you get the new running back from the next season, and the two things you see him do is – they run and they chop their feet and go. When you think they're tackled, they're still able to get some more yards, and that's coaching. And then same here, blockers downfield, getting ahead of them. The coaches does such a good job of getting their guys in the right position.
Yeah, their offensive line, they go by the Waffle House, and that's been several years running now. Give credit to the coaching staff, the offensive line coach. Those guys don't stand and watch people run downfield. When it's play downfield, they get to trucking downfield, and a lot of times you'll see them coming in, pushing the pile late downfield because they're not making their block and standing there. They're getting downfield.
They're going on to the next block, and then good to see him up and moving.
Yeah, credit to Coach Mayberry and what he's done with these offensive linemen through his tenure here as an assistant coach at Nemaha Central. So 1st and 10, Thunder football at their own 49. We've run a lot of this 2-wide set this half. Usually it's Hike up the middle. This time he goes right behind the block of Cooper Kramer. Breaks tackles. He's got a first down. Again, working hard on that right side.
Yeah, same thing. Just keeping his feet moving. Got blockers ahead of him. Able to turn that play into an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, we've got, the 4 interior linemen are all right down there with him as he's getting tackled. I mean, if you're watching this footage, it's easy to watch where the ball goes and what's going on. But watch these offensive linemen. Watch their initial block. Watch their speed downfield. These receivers going wide that are rarely going to get a pass thrown to them. They're working hard with that blocking as well. Hike goes under center, another pitch this time to Carter Rottinghouse, and we'll see if he can get around the corner. Looks like he's got a hold of the helmet there. Wow, I'm not sure how he missed that call, but
he was in a spot to maybe catch that, but nonetheless,
gain of about 3.
Able to kind of stretch it out and get a few yards on the carry.
He's got speed, and if he can get around that corner. It is, as good as Carter Hike is, you need to once in a while, you got to have these other ball carriers in your hip pocket.
Yeah.
And diversify things a little bit. We see Childress go out and Caleb Strothman come in. The 2-wide set again, Carter in the backfield by himself. And what do you know? He's going to run up the middle. You see him take his time, and, he's so quick and so shifty, and he's looking – to see where he can go, where he can be. Another first down for the Thunder.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about how difficult it is, someone like that who's got a lot of speed and knows that he can outrun a lot of people, but chopping his feet, kind of waiting for the play to develop, because a smart football player knows that he's not getting nowhere unless those blockers are ahead of him and making his way.
So strong formation here again. You see the two backs up. Daniel Childress, one of them. He cuts right. Hike cuts right. Sees the plug up the middle. Again, another good first down gain. Looks to be about 7 yards. Nothing there in the middle. He quickly shifts right, dives forward. And that's one thing with Carter Hike. He's always moving forward. It's rare for him to get pushed back.
Yeah, and you'll see. Do we have end of the third quarter? So we're going to take a break, and we'll get back with the fourth and final quarter of the game.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't. But this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free KSHSAA Cash checking. KSHSAA Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with KSHSAA Cash.
KSHSAA checking is proudly offered at Community National Bank.
I'm trying. Yeah, welcome back. Joe just asked me how I'm keeping track of stats, and very haphazardly, I would say, at best. I don't know how Mike does it, keeping track of the stats as the game's going on, but because I'm trying to watch what's going on, and then before I know it, 2 plays went by. I'm like, I didn't record any of those yards. So,
well, and it's we can't see the scoreboard very well from where we're at, and I'm wondering what's going on. It's like, it's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a timeout, and I'm like. But we're both so invested in this game, I didn't even realize we were all the way through the third quarter.
Yep, a lot of ground game tonight, so not a lot of chances to stop the clock. The Thunder up 14-0. It's a dogfight like we thought it would be. We're starting to see a few hands on the hips with Blue Jay defenders.
It's a good spot to be against the Blue Jays going into the fourth quarter, but it's not a game over by any means.
No, don't take anything for granted. Don't let up one lick. Another pitch to Carter Kramer to the right side. He's got, looks like about a 2-yard gain. I can't remember if I said Carter or Cooper Kramer, but that's Cooper Kramer. Yeah. Carter's his twin brother.
Listen, Mike has done that more than once, and the few times that I caught him, I would just be like, yeah, it's fine, because I imagine his parents do the same thing.
Well, I called Holden Bass, his sister's name, on the PA system last
You
Friday accidentally. So
did,
I gave his sister credit for a sack.
Did Holden catch that too? Or
yeah, he caught it very quickly with his hands in the air looking up my direction.
That's funny.
So Hike again up the middle with that power formation and steps over some defenders and looks to have a first down again for the Thunder on 3rd and 2. Just picking his way through the mass of white and blue jerseys, fighting in the trenches. So the best thing the Thunder can do here is continue to use clock, continue to get first downs, keep the ball in their possession.
Yeah, and this whole drive, it's just been kind of hard-nosed football, just handing off, running up the middle, getting yards, just picking away at the clock and at the field.
So 2 wide right, 1 wide left, 2 Hike flanked by by running backs. Again, Caleb Strothman, the read option, and Hike lets him keep it. He runs to the right side, stays in bounds. It's like a gain of 4 for Strothman. We're really seeing more touches by other players tonight than we've seen really all year.
Yeah, spreading that ball out a little bit. Jeremy Stahlbommer keeps sending me scores, and I said when this started, I am not reading off scores. Maybe when the game's over, we can go through a few of the other scores in the area. But as far as I'm concerned,
this is the only game in the state of Kansas tonight.
But thank you, Jeremy, for the score update. Nemaha Central 14, Sabetha 0. Really, that was a helpful score update.
Hike with an option to the left. He decides to keep it. Sheds off a couple defenders. He's going to gain 3 or 4 yet on this drive.
I thought they were going to catch him there in the backfield, but he's able to make a turn and get some positive yards.
He's so shifty, so strong. And again, you look at all the other white jerseys that are coming from his direction that were moving with him.
Absolutely.
It's like 3rd and about 4, maybe a long 3. Scoreboard's got 3rd and 4. Down under 10 minutes, about 9:20 or so in this 4th quarter. 2 wide set again on either side. Fake handoff to Strothman, and Hike keeps it on the left side, and he's in the end zone. He sheds a couple tackles, sheds probably 3 tackles. There's 3 blue jerseys on the ground. And number 6, Carter Hike's in the north end zone for a Thunder touchdown.
Really shifty there, just able to get 3 guys to make him miss and into the end zone. So great running there.
You know, it looks like maybe he should have pitched it. There's a guy in his face. He doesn't pitch it. He wipes him off, puts another guy on the ground. And,
when he beat the first one, I thought, okay, but then there was 2 more that he had to kind of step around and was able to do so for the touchdown.
It's like Teresi, he does go 3 for 3 on point after kicks for tonight. The Thunder, with 9:06 left in the game, are up 21-0. As John said earlier in the game, Holton in the opening game of the season is the only team to score on the Thunder this year, and there's potential for that streak to continue here.
Yeah, the Thunder have been really, really strong on defense, just making it difficult for everybody they've been playing against, and it kind of continues here today. And, you know, now with 21-0 with 9 minutes left, it sure makes that a lot more difficult for Sabetha. It's not that it's out of the possibility at this point still, but it does make it a lot more difficult. They're going to have to get a couple quick scores, but the way the Thunder defense have been playing, it's good. It's going to make it tough.
Yeah, it's come down to, you know, we haven't seen many mistakes in the second half, really, if any. Execution and the battle in the trenches.
Here we go with
Thomas again kicks off.
9 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the game.
Nice kicks, got to move him backward just a little bit. Coleman Old with the return.
Nice return. I thought maybe he was going to have an opportunity to break that one open. I don't even know that he got tackled. I think he kind of
maybe slipped up a little. So 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. They start their first 4th quarter drive from their own close to the 34-yard line. Bauman under center, 1 wide right, flanked by running backs. He's going to throw one deep to the far side. Broken up by Aiden Brockstrom, and beautiful defense.
Great defense there. He had a step on him, and I thought maybe he was going to be able to get that through, but nice job getting his hands right where it needed to be to break that pass up.
Yeah, and Brockstrom has been picked on a little bit this year, and he executed that defensively. He couldn't have done it any better. He put his back to the receiver, faced the ball, got that hand up, made a beautiful defensive play there. Back to up the middle for the Thunder, and he's not going to go anywhere. We'll see who gets off their back here. Someone had their hands wrapped around him. It was Josh Gonzalez with the stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and if you've played any football at any level at all as a defensive, when you're getting to a spot like this in the game, a goose egg on that scoreboard is a huge point of pride for that defense. So they are going to do everything they can to keep Sabetha from scoring.
Yeah, and there's no question with that statement. When you're up 3 scores in the 4th quarter, you're playing for the shutout. And the great coverage again. Bauman's got a run.
Oh.
Knocked out of bounds by Carter Rottinghouse. So that gives you there an indication of how well our defensive backs are covering their receivers. You know, good run by Bauman there to get the first down. Took a little bit of a lick at the end.
Yeah, he earned those yards definitely at the end. I'm sure you guys can hear that crack up here.
We sure did.
Yeah, it was he let him have it, but
1st and 10, almost to the 46-yard line of the Blue Jays. A little bit of option by Bauman. He's met at the line of scrimmage, breaks free, but quickly stopped. Josh Gonzalez again in on that stop. also Holden Bass. Picks up a couple yards. Sam Nordis nearly had him for a loss, but he slipped away. Brings up second and about 8.5 for the Blue Jays. Football spotted at the Blue Jay 47-yard line. Again, under center, 2 wide right, 2 in the backfield behind Bauman. Oh, my goodness, that's risky. Flare pass. They're going to make a good gain out of it. Cooper Kramer so close to a pick six on that. Read that really well. Bauman is able to get the pass off in time, and they made a nice gain out of a play that could have been a disaster for the Blue Jays.
I thought he was going to get that swatted away.
Oh, and John and I just realized it's Be
my
Real
Be Real
time.
went off too, yeah.
Yeah, so we're taking advantage of our social media presence here.
See if it.
We got to keep up with everybody.
Go. Yeah.
Let them know what we're doing. We're being real up here in the second level of the press box. So the Blue Jays look like they go for it on fourth down while we're up here goofing around with our Be Real.
And they make it.
They do get it. Run again with the low lights in our old eyes up here. It's like Colin Menold with the first down run, and Sabetha looking to put a drive together here. They're sprinting out of the huddle up to the line, and Bauman's back to deep to pass. Pressured again. Josh Gonzalez. Here comes Sam Nordis with a good lick on him. Great pressure by the Thunder defense. Nordis lays the wood to Bauman right as he throws, and Bauman just in time gets it out of bounds.
Yes.
Another crunch heard in the press box.
Sam Nordis was back 15 yards and decided to go after it, and he got there quick.
Again, that happens. It's a combination of the pressure from the defensive line up front.
Yeah, chase him out of that pocket. And
then the quarterback's got nowhere to go because his receivers are covered in white jerseys. And so 2nd and 10. Again, under center. Looking to pass and pressure from the corner again, and throws out of bounds is Cooper Kramer this time. With the heavy pressure on Bauman, he barely has time to let the ball loose to get out of bounds.
Yeah, and there's a quarterback at no level that's going to be able to make throws like that when you've got pressure coming that quick.
Yeah, unless you're playing for Andy Reid, maybe.
Yeah, 6:34 left in the game.
So 3rd and 10 here. Been heavy with the throw. The Thunder have put big time pressure on Bauman. We'll see if they drop back and pass again here, and maybe try a draw or run up the middle. And they're gonna throw a little screen. It's loose. They're gonna call that an incomplete pass. So
it did look like maybe the Blue Jays were on top of that anyway. But
very, very quick little screen pass to Menold. Brings up 4th and 10. So having trouble throwing it deep, they try to sneak in a quick little screen pass that looks like the punt team's coming in.
I thought maybe they would go for it here, but in the position that they're in the game, but looks like there appears that they're going to punt it away. Yeah, I never like to say for sure because that's as soon as that's when you see something.
Oh, it is. It's a fake.
Yeah.
He's going to pass, and he's getting pressured as well, and kind of it's incomplete. So a catch would have been short, but the punter goes wide right. The pass would have been caught about a yard short.
Yeah, if you saw, he gave himself away. He turned around and looked, and as soon as he did that, you knew that something else was up.
Yeah.
Because in that position, you don't turn around and look at the punter. You just don't care. So as soon as he turned around and looked, you knew that they were up to something.
Well, and he was pressured just like Bauman was a quarterback, kind of trying to throw the ball, running for his life. But
nice throw, and just about brought it down.
Yeah, Brockshman again defending well on that play. So it's 1st and 10 for the Thunder. The Blue Jays turn it over on downs. See if the Thunder can hang another one here on them. But my score was 21-7.
It was.
I hope I'm wrong on the 7th
you
part. There goes Caleb Strothman. He's out in the open. Wide open green. He's going to get in the end zone, folks. He's in the north end zone. That's Caleb Strothman. Basically untouched, outruns defenders along the near sideline and scores a Thunder touchdown. We're going to have officials timeout here. We've got a Thunder player down at midfield.
One play there out of for a 56-yard rush for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Just about got himself caught up, was able to kind of high step through that, and then he was off to the races after that.
Yeah, we talked about the athleticism of Caleb Strothman several times tonight, and there we saw it again. And
did we see who is on the?
It's Cooper Kramer is down.
Who's?
I'm guessing he looks like he twisted an ankle, probably an ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Those are quite painful.
He's putting some weight on it, and now it doesn't seem like he really wants to.
Yeah, with Jonah Dieters and Reed McKee, 2 seniors from the backfield that went out early this season with knee injuries. You hate to see a third senior running back miss any time.
Here we talk about this is the last game in regular season, but there's a lot of playoffs still to go, we hope, and so they need every man they can get on the field.
Yeah, ideally, you make this season stretch till the Saturday after Thanksgiving is the goal. One game at a time.
Yep, for sure.
So we'll see if Rico Teresi can make it 4 for 4. Really, 6:12 left in this fourth quarter, and a whole lot of wind just went out of the sails here on the home side of this field.
Absolutely.
And looks like, Teresi is 4 for 4. We're 28-0, folks.
We are going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back.
Just a few miles out of town, the pavement ends. The world opens up, and you can see for miles. For generations, families have planted and harvested, struggled and prospered, all working together to build something better for the next in line. We know what it means to love a lifestyle, to be a part of a tradition, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Was it?
Welcome back. You got some of the upperclassmen here on the Sabetha sidelines trying to pump up his team. He's yelling loud enough I could hear exactly what he says. He's telling his guys to suck it up and keep playing. He didn't care what the score was. He said, well, a lot of pride still left on the field for them, so they want to they're still going to battle here.
And that's the leadership you want to see. Those are things you want to hear.
Absolutely.
Because like we said, these guys, they're likely to play again. I mean, there's this Thomas's kick comes near side on the 30, covered by Manold, number 23. For the Bluejays.
Yeah, very, very big likelihood that these teams are going to meet again. But at the way we're going, if they meet, it looks like it's going to be at Seneca. But to be completely honest, I mean, that home field advantage is always nice. But with these teams being so close together, and the other thing about these two teams is the communities. Both these communities are kind of blended together. They work in both. Some people work in Sabetha, some people work in Seneca. So the communities are blended together a lot more than you would think. It makes this game even more bragging rights at the water cooler on Monday as well.
Bauman's pass there is complete to number 10, Kyler Winger. About a 3-yard gain. Well, now the Thunder are playing for pride as far as shutouts go.
Absolutely.
Blue Jays are playing for pride to stay strong, and there's Holden Bass, strong pursuit in the backfield with another big loss.
Holden Bass, if he doesn't make a sack for negative 10 yards, he doesn't even care.
Yeah.
he always has got the big ones like that. Huge sack there.
Yeah, you saw the speed of the big man there as well, chasing down Nate Manold. So 3rd and about 16 here. Twins wide on either side, takes that shotgun snap. Bauman does, gets the ball released a little quicker, and through the hands of, look here in the dark, Blue Jay number 34, Christian McAfee. pretty high. Would have been a tough one for him to grab, one that if Hike could have stood back and instead of getting ready to lay the wood, could have possibly had an interception. But it is 4th down. It's like the Blue Jays are gonna punt again.
I would guess you're going to actually see a punt this time. I would guess that you're not going to see.
My money would be on that as well.
A fake punt.
Another good punt. A lot of good punts tonight. Another fair catch as well by Rottinghouse. Not a bad move to finish, considering how quickly they're able to get down and with the high punt and the hang time. So we'll see what this Thunder offense can do again here with 5 minutes and 1 second left in the game. Decent field position starting from near their own 42. And we've had a lot of games where our starters have not finished games, and this is one where I'm pretty sure starters are going to finish the game.
I do agree with you. And to be honest, for both teams, that can come into play a little bit because I don't think either one of these teams as a starter is used to playing the whole game because there hasn't been too many games that have been close.
Yeah, you got to balance in those games where there's a running clock and you're winning by large margins. Do you keep your starters, full game ready?
Yeah.
You risk injury. Again, going double wide, and Carter Rottinghouse gets the ball from Hike around the left side and not quite able to make that turn. Defended well by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, good job by the defense there. He was just stretching it out, not letting him turn it up.
Clock continues to run.
Just back to the line of scrimmage. I'm sure you're gonna see Thunder here in the rest of this quarter. Take as much time between every snap as they can. Yeah, the Thunder are able to capitalize on a few big plays here, and
we'll see. Hike looks at the option, read very quickly to Strothman, keeps it and goes just left of the middle for nearly a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, and still the score maybe doesn't quite show it, but it's a very good Sabetha football team, and I don't have any doubt in my mind that if both of the teams keep playing like they are, we're going to meet again in Sub-State. And to be completely honest, there's probably other teams I'd rather meet in Sub-State than Sabetha because
right.
They're very explosive and they're such a good team. They can game plan so well. It is not a team that I really want to play again, but I would bet that you're going to see these teams play again here late in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's great to see two good teams so close to each other in the same county. Like you said, people that work between both communities. I work with plenty of people from Sabetha.
Yeah, we both do. We both, and like I said, and there's a lot of people who live in Seneca who work in the Sabetha area. So those communities are, and I think that's why that rivalry is so strong compared to some others, is because not only are the players, but the communities are so blended together. You see cousins and nephews of each other playing on the other team.
Yep.
I know there's people in the stands today who are they don't know what side to cheer for because they've got grandkids that are playing on both sides of the ball, and so it makes it really hard for them to cheer. I haven't seen a Sabetha NC half and half jersey out there, but I mean either. Yeah.
Well, I know I have guys that were in high school at Nemaha Valley near the time I was that now live in Sabetha and have kids playing for Sabetha.
Yeah.
We have vice versa at Nemaha Central.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys that played at Sabetha whose kids now play for Nemaha Central. So 3rd down following the timeout. We're going to see Daniel Childress up the middle. Former lineman, now wearing 34 in the backfield. He's also a wrestler, so he's got that low body strength, good balance, and he's really done a good job putting on a lot of muscle from the last couple of years and barreling across that 1st down marker for the 1st down.
Yeah, you can there is a lot to say about someone who's a wrestler. Not to take anything against basketball players, but I wrestled in high school, and there's a lot of those skills that work well as a football player. You can see people who tackle really good. A lot of that, you can get that from wrestling.
Yeah, body control, lower body strength, core strength,
Absolutely.
hand strength.
And just endurance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3 minutes seems like an eternity when you're on the mat. And Childress, again, this time doesn't quite get the yardage he gained the last time. But we're getting down under 3 minutes, under 2.5 minutes in this game. And
Joe, it sounds like you wrestled in high school. Is that, or did you?
I should have. I wrestled
in kids or like
kid
federation?
wrestling in junior high, and I was a terrible basketball player, and I only played through my sophomore year, so I should have wrestled.
There's no way you could be
school.
as bad at basketball as I was. I was.
Well, I don't know. We can go back and check the videotape if there's any.
Yeah, no. Mike has asked me in the past to help broadcast basketball games. I said absolutely not. And the main reason is when I was in junior high, I made 2 points on the wrong basket. And so the rest of my junior high career, I was wrong way, Howard, because I scored on the wrong basket.
So there's a little bit of tug of war on the option read there between Hike and Childress.
Nice job by the defense.
Childress is like, hey, I'm a former lineman. The ball's in my hands. I'm going to take it.
He wants to. Nothing more than the lineman wants to do is to score a touchdown. With just a minute 24 left in the game.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 here for the Thunder, and obviously everyone's content to let the clock run with this 4-score lead by the Thunder. An absolute exclamation point with the shutout.
Yeah.
So the final Big 7 League champions in football will be the Nemaha Central Thunder, as were the Nemaha Central Thunder volleyball girls.
Yeah, the volleyball girls also
I think maybe 25th overall league championship, I believe.
The stat was there was 56, I think, Big 7 League championships.
Oh, I'm way off then. I'm about half away.
No, 56 total. And the Thunder have won 25 of those, so almost half of the Big 7 League champs for volleyball.
Yeah, you go back to Nemaha Valley in the decades of dominance.
25. Yeah, out of 52. They've won 25 league championships out of 52 total.
So we're getting down to just under 20 seconds. The Thunder are going to burn a timeout here to save the delay of game penalty. Yep. So speaking of volleyball, we've got sub-state volleyball tomorrow in Marysville. Nemaha Central's the number 2 seed. They're going to play at 1 o'clock on the south court, and I believe I saw there's a send-off for them, I think, in the city park around sometime late morning tomorrow. So
it's a really tough sub-state for them. I think there's some of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, Beloit's the number 1 seed.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very, very tough sub-state. Anybody who's got availability, they'd love to see you out there supporting the Thunder tomorrow in Marysville.
So the student section over on the far side with the Thunder has got the I Believe We Will Win chant going. We've got 19.9 seconds here to preserve a shutout as Josh Gonzalez prepares to punt. Another high spiral punt caught in the end zone. He's going to make his way out. That's Bauman, their quarterback. Wrestled down near the 20-yard line.
Sabetha have a chance for one more play. I don't know if they'll actually run a play here or just they'll have to do something with 5 seconds left.
So Nemaha Central continues their streak of shutouts. They're going to again be Big 7 League champs, the last Big 7 League champs before we move into the Mid-East.
Yeah, like so.
Or not the Mid-East. Yeah. Well, the Mid-East is going to join and will be the Big East.
The Big East, that's correct. And then we have the league champs and even district champs.
That's right. District 4 champs.
Yeah, this game is for both of those titles.
And, of course, bragging rights. And we're down to the time's going to tick off there. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. 28-0. Nemaha Central again with the shutout. Big 7 League champs, District 4 champs, Nemaha County bragging rights.
Everybody I talked to, I asked about this game, all had the same thing. They all were telling me that they didn't think that everybody thought the shutout. They didn't see a shutout here. They thought it was going to be a close game. a hard-fought game, which it was a hard-fought game, but the Thunder with another shutout.
And like we've talked about, both these teams currently extremely well coached, very disciplined, very athletic. The Thunder have had a habit, and they did this last week, 7-0 at halftime. Looks like it's going to be a tough game finally, and come out and dominate the second half, which
absolutely.
they did here again.
Make some adjustments at half and really put those into motion for sure. So I'm looking at game's over. So I have a couple scores. I don't know how up to date some of these are. Axtell against D West. Axtell's up 40-0. D West, that was at half. Hayden was up 22-0 against Hiawatha. Centralia up 14-0. I think these are probably halftime scores or so. Just a few scores in the area. This is a tradition that both these teams have done for years, and I really, really like it. We've said so many times how these communities are mixed together. These players are even related and know each other, and
many are close friends.
Absolutely, and so every year when they play this game, you see them come together. When the game's over, they come together and have a little bit of a word. Looks like maybe the Sabetha is one of the players is speaking.
Yeah, Bauman's giving a talk.
Yeah.
And as tough as it is, as rough as this game is, it's still a gentleman's game, and we're seeing that here right now.
I was told that Sabetha does this with every team, every game they play. They bring the other team into, and that shows a lot of sportsmanship and, for both. And when it's all said and done, that's what it's about. These boys going to get older, and you take a lot from games like this as an adult. It carries a long way. So to see good sportsmanship like this means a lot.
Yeah, and Michael Glatzik, he's stated over and over, and I know Garrett Michael has the same approach, is yes, we want to have winning football teams, we want to have good football players, but we're also developing young men into grown men. And what we're seeing here is part of that process of battling on the field, coming together for words of wisdom and a prayer.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, you don't see that all over the place, but they say Sabetha does this. They bring them together and pray for at the end of every game. And so good job to the Thunder. It looks like they're going to do the ceremony here for
district champions.
I don't know if we want to stick here with them for a little while just to again, Joe, I want to thank you for helping.
Hey,
we really appreciate it.
This
Listen, there's no way in the world I want to do this by myself. So I barely want it. Sometimes I don't know if I can do my part. So I am glad that you came to help. Caleb gave me a funny look, and I said by myself. I mean, speaking, because I told Caleb I'll put a headset on him in a second, and he's fighting me all the way. He's got some earphones that he can hear us, but he does not want one that he can speak into either. So,
well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity. It's been very fun up here. I see you guys a lot on Friday nights at home. We pass the booth and we chatter a little bit.
Yeah, you see us in
help
there.
Each other out.
Yeah.
But it's great to be in here with you guys, see what you do, the work and the effort it takes. And to be able to step in and make an attempt to try to fill the shoes of Mike Stahlbaumer.
Well, you did a great job. Like I said, without the help, we couldn't do this, because I guarantee no one wants to listen to me talk for 2 hours, because I don't know what I would come up with. I'd be talking about all kinds of stuff. So,
well, Coach Glatzik here has got a nice tradition of words of wisdom to the team. They're going to run over. They're going to sing the fight song, which a tradition started by Coach Warren Seitz. And if we were at home, I would be blasting Thunderstruck through the speakers here at any moment. So great ending to a great evening.
Yeah, you can see on the sidelines there from almost the whole length of the field, you've got Thunder fans there. I don't know.
So I don't know. We don't know. We may not know until later tonight or tomorrow. Next week we'll play at home either Thursday or
yeah,
Friday.
I'm guessing that we'll probably know maybe tomorrow.
So if you're not on Thunder Field next Thursday or Friday night, make sure you're on SCTV.
Listening in.
Listening to Mike and John and watching the work of Caleb and Bill.
We will be broadcasting it too for sure. I think we'll just call this a broadcast. So I thank you everybody for listening in, and see you guys next week. We'll catch you at that next ball game.
Go Thunder.